there is a ridge of bone that runs right here, and there's meat on both sides of that bone because that bone flattens out down here. I'll go ahead and try to expose it a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like here on this side. It's the same thing on this side, except there's a ridge that runs right down the middle. So we'll go down each side of that bone. And on one side is what they call a blade tender piece of meat. It's just part of that roast if you would have left it as a roast. It's a pretty nice meaty piece of meat. Almost looks like a little tenderloin. This side here is called the top blade piece of meat. We'll just go into this bone on this just like the other side, only this bone is a little bit wider. While we're at it, it's helpful sometimes if it's hanging on to something to go ahead and get this off the top, this sinew meat. So we'll go ahead and finish taking it off of here. This is where we will get what they call a flat iron steak. So there's a leader that runs right down through the center of this, so I always like to take a little of this meat off the tip of this thing so you can see that it's a real muscular leader here. So now what you want to do is kind of, since that runs down the middle, you want to kind of take this out. What I like to do sometimes is run a hole in it, get my third hand through there, and you can kind of take and feel with your knife that piece of sinew and how it runs down the center of this piece of meat. This is a piece of flat iron steak there. Now we can get another piece off of this side. And get that piece right the heck out of this whole situation. I think if you were to brown this a little bit in the oven, you could give it to your dog and he could have it for a month. Flat iron steaks. These are really tasty. I'm sure you'll have them tonight, Dave. They'll be good.
Yeah. We'll keep those out of the grind. We'll save those.
Okay.